Welcome to Cut to the Chase, the official Pioneer podcast. I'm Nathan Weaver. Joining me today is a very special guest. He played football at BWU, held coaching positions in high school football, and now teaches government and social studies classes here at Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Mr. Helbert, thank you for being our guest today.
Well, I appreciate that, Nate. Excited to be here.
All right, question one. If you could have dinner with one historical figure, what would it be?
Wow, geez,
who would it be?
Yeah, phenomenal question. Holy cow. Probably Abraham Lincoln, I guess, talking from a history standpoint, would probably be there. Obviously, what he did for our country, the impact he had, I think, would be pretty amazing to speak with him. And I guess the struggle and the controversy of that time and the I don't know, maybe moving forward when it wasn't overly popular. So probably his name jumps to my mind from a sports world standpoint. Geez, maybe like a Bill Walsh, a Paul Brown, pioneers of the game of football, guys that changed the game to the modern version that we see today. But Paul Brown, his vision that he had to make the game really, I think you see what he did in football from the passing standpoint, from the pageantry of the game. I think that would be pretty cool to sit down with Paul Brown, especially being an Ohio guy as well.
Yep. All right, that was more of like a fun opener question.
Sure.
We're going to move on to some.
These ones aren't going to be as fun?
Maybe not as fun, but
I got you.
You know what I mean. How do you integrate real-world applications and industry connections into your curriculum?
That's a fantastic question. You know, it's the beauty of Pioneer is our kids get real world experience in their lab, but I teach a class that obviously has a lasting impact with students teaching American government. So just try to connect, the legal process and how that could impact them, the licensure process for students that are going to go out and need licenses from a state standpoint. We talk a lot about federalism and how federalism impacts them daily because we're impacted by the federal, local, and state laws all the time. But our kids that are being asked to get licensures and in the health field or in cosmetology and things like that's going to be happening at the state level and to prepare themselves for that. But every single day we try to do things that government's an awesome class to teach because it does have such a tie into the kids' lives and something that will impact them throughout the rest of their life.
You talked about how impactful like your class of government is. Do you have a success story of a student who excelled in your class and went on to have a successful career in government?
Oh wow, geez, in government. No, usually my class it's they don't come to Pioneer for government, that's for sure. But try to make it enjoyable for them from that standpoint. But a success to take, gosh, I mean, I guess I've had students that have went on to careers in the teaching field. Obviously being a teacher, and when that happens, you're excited about that. Multiple kids that I've taught now have become coaches as well. So I don't know, or I can't think of anyone that directly went into the field of government or is currently a social studies teacher. Gosh, I'm trying to think of, is that person out there? If they are, I'm not aware of it. And they never came back to let me know that. But, kids that are coaching or kids that are involved in athletics and coaching and impacting kids, teaching and coaching are very similar in the fact that you're trying to impact kids daily. And so those kids that I've had or those students that I've had that are out there coaching and stuff, I would say that's probably the closest connection.
I was going to say, hopefully they reach out after, maybe hearing this.
Absolutely. Oh, it'd be beautiful.
Let you know. Along with, like, the student kind of question, what was the funniest excuse a student gave for not having their homework done?
Oh, wow. Sheesh. I mean, we've probably even had the old school one, my dog ate my homework. I've seen that. Usually it's a lot to do backpack related. I left my backpack in the truck and now it's soaked and I lost all my papers, or the backpack was in the back of the truck and now it's not in. It seems a lot to do with the truck in the back of the truck. It's probably what I've seen the most or heard the most of.
Yeah, a lot of truck drivers.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, it's usually that's the go-to excuse. But I think kids today, most of them just say, you know what, I didn't do it, but I'll get it done. So,
yeah,
and if that's what it is and they get it done, that's cool.
Yeah, honesty, beautiful thing, right?
Yes, sir.
In your opinion, what are the key qualities that make a great teacher?
Compassionate for what they do every day. I think that's key for anybody in what they're doing in life, that every day you wake up with great opportunities to be the best version of yourself. From a teaching standpoint specifically, I think it starts with the love of kids and interacting and working with kids and seeing them grow. I know, speaking for myself, that's a huge factor for me. That's what I wanted to do. That's why I wanted to be in this job, to work with young people and try to hopefully make their day better and give them opportunities to grow and achieve what they're after in life. So I think the biggest quality beyond knowing all this content or knowing all these teaching strategies and things like that is just to have a daily connection with kids, try to get to know the kids better than just a student in your class that's trying to learn the amendments or something like that, but more of, what did you do after school? What are you doing on a daily basis? What are some of your favorite things? What's stuff that you enjoy doing? So to me, the greatest quality is maybe making that human connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can tell, being in your class, I've noticed a lot of these qualities that you speak about that, you have and you employ into your class. And another thing I've noticed in your class is that you have this unique delivery that I don't notice in a lot of other teachers. Where does that come from, or where does that, originate from?
That's man, wow. To answer that one, I think it's hard. It's probably just my personality. I think probably deep inside there's still a lot of kid-like qualities to me. Probably, I love the interaction with the kids. I've never really had, the great interaction with adults and stuff like that. But kids and connecting with them has always been something. It just, goes back to your childhood. Both my parents were teachers too, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I don't know. I want it to be a relaxed environment in my classroom, and I don't know. I like to get to know the kids, and maybe that leads to that delivery or something, or just try to be myself as much as possible. And I'm a kind of a goofy, weird dude, so That's the way it goes. It's what I am.
You said that that delivery leads back to your childlike tendencies. But if you could talk to your child self or your old student self, back in middle school or high school, what piece of advice would you give to your younger self?
Again, I've said this a lot. It's a fantastic question. The advice I would give to myself, I think I said it earlier, strive to be the best version of yourself every single day. Don't let opinions of others dictate what you want to do in life or what you want to do, really to make yourself happy. I would tell myself to be a little bit better student. Oddly enough, as a teacher, but I could certainly have been a better student, maximized every single day. You really never, I guess, realize, and I tell my seniors at the beginning of the year, just how fast the time goes, how fast your senior year will go. It'll be May before you know it, and you're thinking, wow, either, thankfully this is all over, or holy crap, I'm into the real world now, and this is just a blink in the eye. So, to tell to my old self, just keep striving every day to be the absolute best that you can be, and go after your goals, be adventurous. That's probably something I would definitely love to tell my my younger self.
Yeah. Other than that, I think we have one more question. Can you recall a particularly memorable or impactful moment in your teaching career?
Wow, in a moment, man. I really think that you just, not even a moment, but just every single day an opportunity. I've loved my experience at Pioneer, 20 years here now, that I think every day has been really unique and rewarding. I enjoy showing up here, on a daily basis. So to think of one moment, wow, that's tough. I mean, put me on the spot with that one. One moment.
Yeah.
I think it's when the kids that maybe were a tough case at the beginning of the year and they achieve at the end, or somebody that you didn't really think would make it, or they didn't show maybe the qualities to make it, that maybe found it within themselves that they started to achieve what they were always capable of achieving. Those things, you'll have a student like that usually every year, or maybe a handful of students like that every year that maybe go above and beyond what their circumstances are.
Yeah.
I always, I guess, appreciate that. Maybe the student that whatever their home situation was, or whatever their, I guess, lot in life was, that they were willing to try to step outside of that and go beyond what that was to try to, again, be the best versions of themselves. So students that when those types of things happen, certainly you are appreciative as a teacher.
Yeah. It must be a great feeling, right? To
Absolutely.
see these students, grow and become part of the real world, right?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that will do it.
Awesome. Nate, thank you, my man. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah.
Excited for what you're doing here with
Happy
the
to have
podcast.
you as our first guest. Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool.